Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here. I wanted to pop on and talk about menopause tonight and really just dive into why it's so hard for women in menopause to really understand what is it exactly that's causing your weight gain and why the heck can't you lose it. This is one of the most frustrating things women in menopause experience because oftentimes they really haven't changed a whole lot, right? So you've been doing healthy things. You're like, I take pretty good care of myself. I'm normally active. I eat pretty well. I'm taking vitamins, all that good stuff. And, if I ever get off track a little bit, I can just do X, Y, or Z. And here we go right back on track. But when your body shifts and changes in menopause, when you get a whole new body to live in, all of a sudden, none of that works anymore. All the old tactics that you would use don't apply because those old tactics worked for the old body that you had. Yeah, that means that anything that worked for you before isn't going to work for you now because you are in a different body and system, hormonally completely different. When you go through perimenopause, when you go through menopause, things shift and change so much in your system that your sleep changes, your digestive system changes, your mental process changes. Everything is different. I know some of you are thinking like, oh my God, yes. Yes, that's exactly it. Everything is different. How fast you can recover from a workout is different. So nutritionally, what your body needs is different. Just simply cutting calories or, I'm going to stop eating sugar for a couple of weeks. Boom, there we go. That's not going to work anymore. Nope. And it's not going to lead you in the right direction. And so often women find that when they try some of those tactics, not only does it not work, but it actually goes in the wrong direction. Meaning, oh my gosh, I gained 15 pounds. Oof, I should really get back on track. Here we go. I'm going to get out and do more movement. I'm going to eat more salads. Here we go. And instead you end up more exhausted. Your sleep gets really messed up. Your digestive system starts working terribly. And then you're like, okay, so instead of losing those 15 pounds, I gained another 5. How? Because that restriction and that extra exertion that was really too much on your system in the first place now caused you to kick up fat storage. Yay! So great. Super, super frustrating. Now, when your hormones are in play, especially in menopause, a lot of times you can be like, well, okay, I'm going to do these things. I'm going to maybe take some different supplements or change some things here or there. But with added stress, with other things in mind, it's really important that you're targeting exactly what your body and system needs. If you are not addressing your body-specific needs, it can be really tough to say, okay, exactly how are my hormones shifting now in perimenopause or in menopause to really address exactly what my system needs to lose weight. Is it really just a matter of, I need to eat less? Most of the time, no. Most of the time, women, you're not going to go around thinking, oh my gosh, what is it? You're like, yeah, I know what it is. I've been eating too much. Okay, I cleaned it up, but now what? I've been eating healthier, but now what? I don't know where to turn next. That's where we get lost. That's where we struggle, and that's where we get super frustrated in terms of, okay, I'm sick of trying all these things that aren't working for me because most plans out there, most nutrition recommendations out there are made for men. Yes. And they don't take female physiology into account at all. Yes. So how do you know? How do you know what to do? Getting a test. My favorite, the Dutch test. Getting a test that tells you exactly what it is going on with your hormones to really target. When you go into menopause, is it your stress levels that are the worst? Is it your testosterone? Is your testosterone a factor here? For a lot of women, it is. For a lot of women, they don't even realize that your testosterone levels actually play a big role in how well your system and body are functioning. So it's really important that you get a measurement. If you have not looked at... I'm going to put this right there. If you have not looked at Dutch Test, there's a link in the comments where you can fill out a form, look at Dutch Test, see what it can do, especially with targeting what your system needs specifically to get you on the right path. Now, I work with a lot of women all over the world, literally all over the world. And one of the most fascinating things I find is that I get these Dutch tests back. And women are like, oh my God, I'm in menopause. How do or does it matter or whatever? How could this really be off? I am shocked at how many women in menopause or in menopause that are having certain levels of estrogen then that are still causing hot flashes, that are having really terrible testosterone levels that are contributing to their fatigue, or cortisol levels that are completely off track. And it can be a combination of a multiple of things at play here. And it's really important that you get the right tools for each issue that you have moving forward. And that's what I do during the Dutch test, or you take the Dutch test, it's sent to your house. That's why I love it so much. Sent right to your house, you take it, send it in. I go over the results with you. So you get a customized protocol. You get something that is completely unique to you and gets you a fantastic result. There's a gal I did this with. This was a while ago, a couple months ago now, I think. We did the Dutch test. I gave her a protocol. I gave her some other recommendations. And again, I know it's not just about weight loss, but when I checked in with her about 4 weeks in, I said, okay, how are things going? How are you doing? And she's like, you know what? I have cut out a lot of artificial stuff that I was eating. So I'm eating cleaner. I'm not eating probably as much protein as I should. I said, that's okay, get, steps along the way, right? So you're eating cleaner, that's really good. But she was following the protocol that I'd given her, really, really well. She said, I think I only missed a couple of days total in about the last 4 weeks. And I said, that's wonderful. So how are you feeling? And she goes, you know what? I've lost about 5 pounds, which is great. She goes, but my pants are much looser. I wasn't really expecting, such a big result weight-wise at first. She goes, but the most thing I'm excited about is I'm sleeping way better. She's like, I'm still waking up, but I'm able to fall back asleep, which is a huge deal. And she goes, I'm starting really to have more energy throughout the day. I used to feel like I needed a nap right after lunch. And she goes, now I get tired, but I'm not needing a nap anymore. I don't just dream about going to lay down. I was like, that's such a big deal. And just think, this is, on the right steps. Like, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning for her. We're about to have another checkup, so I can't wait to update you on her story. But this is, holy crap, such a big step in the right direction, and it only improves from there as your system gets exactly what it needs. Yes. Oh my gosh. Leah's saying everyone's cortisol levels are checked. Right now, so many are out of work. That will send your levels wackadoodle. Wackadoodle? I think that's a technical term. That's gotta be a technical term, wackadoodle hormones. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, that's the other thing too. So, which is why testing is so important right now for a lot of women. It's so easy to say, is it this or that? But if you have an underlying hormonal issue going on already and you're like, something's been a little off, or I've been having trouble sleeping, or da-da, now you throw on this huge amount of stress that a lot of people are feeling. This huge amount of stress that amplifies, right? That just gasoline to a fire. So if you're ready to take a look at this, if you're like, yes, I need to get a handle on this, it's tough to get into an appointment, everything else. I mean, it can be really, really hard right now, but there's a lot of things you can do for you, for your health. Again, I have my YouTube channel, which is Dr. Beth Westy. It is filled with so many videos that you can search for just about anything to get some advice for how to move forward. That's why I do these videos. I also have my podcast, The Female Health Solution. Not only do I have episodes out that give you great tips that you can apply right away, but also I interview other women's health experts that can also give you advice. And then I have my book, The Female Fat Solution. This is on Amazon. A ton of great info about nutrition that matches your hormones. And I have stuff in here for menopause as well. So keep that in mind. But it is so hard, which is why I am loving Dutch test, which is why so many women have actually gotten the Dutch test recently. Dutch test is like on the rise. And this is because women are wanting to take charge of their health. They're wanting to do something. They're wanting to stop just putting up with garbage in their systems. And once you get that test, it tells you exactly what you need. And then you just go from there. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Please let me know if you have any other questions. Otherwise, I will see you later.